Do people stop wanting sex after 60? Not even close. In fact, for many seniors, intimacy becomes more meaningful than ever before. However, society does not talk about it, and worse, it shames. Today, we break the silence and reveal the truth. Does aging render people sexually inactive? It is suitable for the emotional and physical well-being of the elderly to attend to their sexual demands. When I retire, I plan to play bingo, raise cats, knit, and have fantastic sex, among other things. One common misconception is that people's desire for closeness naturally declines as they age. To better understand the sexual lives of seniors, sexologist and sex therapist Yixin Zheng of WeVibe, a top producer of groundbreaking goods for everyone's love life, conducted interviews with sex therapists and retirees from all over the globe. Throughout 5 interesting and informative movies, they dispel common fallacies, offer advice on effective sex practices, and share their personal experiences and observations. Before we dive in, if you are over 60 and concerned about your health, please subscribe and activate notifications to stay informed about relevant health topics. Please put 1 in the comments if applicable, otherwise type 0. We are committed to enhancing our content to provide genuine assistance. All right, let's continue. According to a new WeVibe poll, most Taiwanese, 51 and 9, think that libido declines with age. Journal of Clinical Nursing Research found that having a positive sexual attitude and knowledge, having less stress, and having less impairment were the most important personal characteristics and predictors of sexual activity. Reluctance to address sexual desire and a lack of accurate information can negatively impact sexual function and overall quality of life for many older persons in Chinese society. Although the study indicated that sexual activity is less common as people get older, many people continue to have sex and masturbate well into their 70s and 80s. People may incorrectly assume that sexual urges will diminish with age because romantic stories primarily feature young people in the media. But to dispel this notion, WeVibe's activities highlight not just the sexual demands of the elderly, but also the joy that sexual life brings to this demographic. There is no age-related decline in sexual drive. Dispelling sexual misconceptions. It's impossible to understand the desires and preferences of older people without talking to them, stated Johanna Reif, Director of Sexual Empowerment at WeVibe. Sexual desire and love do not fade with time. Our goal in making these movies is to provide a safe space for people to talk about their sexual needs and explore different methods of being sexual without shame. WeVibe interviewed 7 adults over the age of 60 regarding their sexual habits, preferences, and how aging impacts their libido. The most frequently requested issues are addressed in an interview with Joan Price, an advocate for timeless sexuality and author. Sex therapists and medical professionals from around the world have joined this group of experts in debunking the most widespread misconceptions and biases around the sexuality of the elderly. There are 5 explanations regarding this matter. 1. Give sex a new meaning. Age can bring about changes in sexual desire. However, this is an opportunity to try something different and abandon the outdated belief that sex only involves penetration. It often rediscovers previously unknown preferences, erogenous zones, and partner connections. All of the people we talked to about their sexual experiences agreed that it's different today and more enjoyable than when they were younger. We can't return to our 20s, so let go of your past sexuality, as Joan Price puts it. Imagine it as an adventure in finding out what would make you feel the happiest, most exciting, and most orgasmic at this second. Still, 7.3% of Taiwanese people think that knowing your body better and having more intimate intercourse with the same partner over the years makes sex easier and more enjoyable. 2. It has nothing to do with how you look. All of the participants, unwittingly lending credence to the body positivity movement, emphasized time and again that one's outward look is secondary to one's sexuality. A more fulfilling relationship is possible when both partners are confident in their appearance. After letting go of self-consciousness about their looks, nearly all participants said they had greater fun and freedom in their sex life. Ignoring cultural norms and beauty standards, it is our innate need as young people to feel good in our skin. 3. It brings joy to both partners when sex is done safely. Many people, thanks to pornographic material, have the impression that they know their partner's preferences. Yet, Individual tastes and requirements vary greatly. The ability to connect with one's body, express one's aspirations, and be aware of these things tends to improve with age. Peter, 73, concluded by saying, "What you think may be attractive to others may not necessarily be attractive to others." Despite the low chance of an undesired pregnancy and the lack of correlation between age and STI infection, many older persons fail to recognize the significance of contraception. The latest survey by WeVibe reveals that adults over the age of 55 do not prioritize safe sexual practices. The elderly shouldn't worry about catching STDs if they're in committed partnerships, but they should use condoms when they swap partners. 4. Enhancing sex with communication. Relationship and sex success hinge on open lines of communication, where listening is as crucial as voicing one's wants and needs. No matter how long you've been together, it's still vital to communicate when specific touches aren't satisfying and to suggest alternatives. 5. Satisfaction rather than sex quantity. Sexual preferences do evolve with time. A drop in libido, an increase in the time it takes to become aroused, or a shift in how you react to specific stimuli are all possible outcomes. But since our bodies are still sensitive to touch, all it takes to set off the libidinal effects of passion and want is to start touching oneself. Sex is still beneficial to your health and well-being in old age, so there's no need to give it up just because your body is changing. Sexual activity has other health benefits, including elevating mood, combating depression, strengthening the immune system, and alleviating pain. It is essential to honor the sexual desires of the elderly, since doing so improves their emotional and physical well-being. Society and families often overlook, deny, or limit the sexual desires of the elderly, as Zheng Yixin pointed out. There is still a need to be touched and desired by the body, regardless of whether sexual function and desire are progressively declining in the elderly. Sexual activities can meet the psychological and physiological demands of the aged according to their needs. Intimate and pleasant caresses, and even orgasms, can activate the brain state. Therefore, sexual rights should be adequately considered at all ages. Along with societal and familial acceptance and openness, it is essential to challenge some of the older generation's sex stereotypes, such as sex is the right of young people, and sexual life can only be sexual intercourse between the penis and the vagina, and implement sexual communication strategies to foster mutual understanding and agreement. In cases where sexual function is impaired, the correct use of sex aids or products can restore a sense of youth to sexual activities between couples, while also improving physical and mental health and extending life expectancy. The urge for emotional and physical closeness is universal, and sex satisfies this need throughout a person's life. Having a satisfying sexual relationship should be possible for the majority of adults, regardless of age. Well, we appreciate your presence today. We want your input. Please comment below with one insight you gained today and how you'll apply it. Your opinions matter, so share them. Your words inspire us. If this video helped you, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us keep creating inspiring and informative content. Thanks for watching. We hope to see you in the next video.